What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 41, and we started today's episode off with a game against Wolfsburg here away from home in the Bundesliga. Of course, we're in early March, and we've had a very good season. You know, we're still in the German Cup. We're still, at the moment, clinging on to a chance at winning this title, and we're, of course, still in the Champions League as well in the round of 16. So things have been going fantastic for us. They really have. As you can see here, we're 5 points off the leaders, Dortmund, 1 point off second place Bayern Munich, but we do have a game in hand, so good chance for us to cut the lead to just 2 points at the top of the table. I've said before, I don't think we can win the title, but just staying in the title race would be a fantastic achievement for us come the end of the season. But the first chance of this game would fall in the 23rd minute here as Herman goes down the right hand side, and a man with so much pace keeps on going, no one's going to catch him. Try and dink the ball over Fraser Forster. I do so, but unfortunately it's cleared off the line, and Kevin De Bruyne picks it up, and Wolfsburg go on the counter. However, Badstu makes a great challenge here, and it falls to Kevin Volland, who strikes it with the outside of his left boot, but unfortunately the former Celtic and Newcastle and Norwich and a couple other clubs he spent his time on loan at, keeper makes a good save there, and it's still 0-0. And the 47th minute here, Maximilian Meyer gets on the ball. Great chance for Meyer. Round the goalkeeper, get taken out, but I was very surprised the referee didn't give us a penalty there. I felt for sure that Forster, the giant English goalkeeper, should have been sent off there and a penalty given to us, but instead it was still 0-0, no penalty, and here you see Herman taking aim from range, but again Forster makes a very good stop there, couldn't seem to beat the big man, and it is still 0-0. And in the 67th minute here, Sigurdsson goes down the right hand side. Really good chance for our Icelandic playmaker. He's got the pace to beat his man. He shoots from range, but again, it's a good save by Forster, and we just couldn't seem to beat the man in goal. So still 0-0. But in the 79th minute here, another good chance as Badstuber finds Meyer. Meyer gives out wide towards Hosegai. Hosegai finds Herman. Herman gets past Rodriguez with a great turn here. He's got Hosegai running through. He picks out the Japanese holding midfielder. He takes the ball around Felipe, stops, plays it through to Sebastian Young, who crosses the ball in, and there is Gylfi Sigurdsson to head it in and make it 1-0 with just 9 minutes to go. So finally the Great Wall is beaten. It's 1-0 to Hertha Berlin, and it's Gylfi Sigurdsson who gets the goal. And there's been quite a few games like this one this season, where we've been dominating basically, but failing to beat the goalkeeper. The standard of goalkeepers in the Bundesliga, or the Bundesliga if you will, is absolutely fantastic. It really is. It's so hard to beat the goalkeepers. Every team seems to have a fantastic one, but still, directly from kickoff, Wolfsburg went on the attack and they almost made it one apiece. It was Coquelin, I think it was, who came forward, but thankfully for us, it went just wide of the post. That was basically their first chance of the game, but they failed to hit the target, and the game did finish 1-0 to the good guys. So we do get the 3 points here, thanks to that late goal by Gylfi Sigurdsson. So I was very pleased with that. And of course, Sigurdsson, even though we've lost a bit of a cult hero in the saga, Sigurdsson's still here, and that was a nice little diving header there. So yeah, 1-0 victory, and a very important one for us if we do want to stay in this title race. But after that, we saw that Ginter has declined his contract because he didn't get a 20 grand increase he wanted in his wages, and well, he's injured. He's still got like another month out, so I just thought, well, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you turn it down. But still, here's a look at our scout report from our youth scout, currently scouting Germany. Unfortunately, the players look very poor, and that's not a real surprise. I've talked about it many times. I don't need to keep going on about it, but even so, youth scouting this year is just really bad, isn't it? But still, we take on FSV Mainz for the following game here, the second of 3 games in today's episode. I also had a couple of requests the last time I played this team to put them in their classic kit because it looks quite nice, and it looks like a bit of a Croatian kit, other than the red shorts and the red socks they got instead of the blue shorts and the white socks. I think Croatia have maybe blue shorts and blue socks. Can't remember now, but still, the shirt looks kind of nice, but still the actual kit looks a bit dodgy. But still, we take on FSV Mainz, and yes, I know I get this pronunciation wrong every single time I talk about them, but still, they've got some players in there who I'm not really particularly knowledgeable about. However, they do have Koo, the South Korean, who is very good on this game. I don't know why, but he's very hard to stop, and he scored against me already in this series. But still, we take him on here, and the first chance of the game would fall in the 7th minute. It would come to us. William Carvalho gives it to Serge Gnabry, takes on his fullback here and beats him with a nice turn of agility, crosses the ball in, and it's Baum Johan who gives us the lead just 7 minutes in. So we had to wait until the 81st minute for a goal against Wolfsburg there, but we finally got the goal here in just 7 minutes. It took us barely any time at all, so great to take the lead. And in his 30th minute here, FSV Mainz tried to respond here as Okazaki goes down the right hand side, plays it backwards, eventually it's crossed into the box towards Koo, that man, but thankfully for us, Ter Stegen makes a great save, and it's hooked away by William Carvalho. Eventually got the ball here and it was cleared away, but unfortunately the referee said that Serge Gnabry jumped unfairly with his man, so they had a free kick. It was Koo, that man, the target the danger man who strikes it, but thankfully for us, it hits the post and goes out for a goal kick. So very unlucky. Like I said, he was the danger man and the target man. That's what I was trying to say. But he hits the post there, and it's still 1-0. But in the 44th minute, bam, Johan, the goal scorer, plays the ball over the top. It's not cleared away, and Serge Gnabry goes through 1-on-1. But I didn't really get a hold of the shot, and I put it straight at the goalkeeper, and it was still 1-0. And in the 76th minute, Ku has another free kick, goes for goal, but this time the shot goes harmlessly wide, and the game would finish 1-0. So we managed to get the win by a goal to nil there. Very, 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 tense win, if you will, just like the Wolfsburg game. Really, it was a very tense win, only goal to nil. And these are the games I seem to be having a lot this season. Really sort of tense, nervy, just 1-0 or maybe 2-1 or 2-0 victories where you haven't really looked convincing. We've managed to pick up the points, and that's good. I mean, it's great to pick up the points. Obviously, that's the most important thing. But I want to have more games where I dominate and feel a lot more comfortable about getting a win. But even so, we did win, and that's obviously the most important thing. And the third and final game of today's episode was going to be away from home in Turin to take on Juventus here in the Champions League round of 16 second leg. Now, of course, the first leg which we played at home, we drew 1 goal each, which meant that Juventus did have the away goal and, of course, the upper hand coming into this game, which meant that here away in Italy, we would have to score at least once if we were to go through to the quarterfinals. And I've said before, it's been a fantastic achievement in our first season to reach the round of 16. I didn't even think we'd get out of our group stage, but we did. We reached around a 16. I know the board said they wanted us to reach the semi-finals, which is just outrageous, but to get to the round of 16, in my opinion, has been a fantastic achievement. So whatever happened, I'd be very pleased with our progress, but I would still be, of course, really hopeful that we would be able to cause a massive shock. And the first chance this game would actually fall to us in the 26th minute. Like I said, we needed to score, so we go on the break here. It's Kevin Volland who gets on the ball. A really good chance for him as he plays the ball out wide towards Maximilian Meyer. Meyer shoots, but I completely got the finish wrong. That's one of the worst finishes you'll see. It went harmlessly wide of Courtois' post, and it's still scoreless. In the 31st minute here, it's Bonucci gets tackled by Kevin Volland, who's doing everything to shut down his man. Lovely little back heel here. Maximilian Meyer gives him the ball back. A really good chance for Kevin Volland. He's made a great start for his Hertha Berlin career. Can he get a goal here? Unfortunately not. Courtois makes a save, and it's put behind for a corner. So unfortunately, the man in form couldn't make it 1-0. But from the corner, it's Sigurdsson who plays the ball in. Badstuber goes for a header. It's cleared away only as far as Herman, who strikes it on the volley, but it goes just wide of the post. So still scoreless, but a very encouraging start for us here in the opening 34 minutes. But 7 minutes later here, you see Vidal get on the ball down the left-hand side. Really good chance here. He scored in the first leg, and he now gets an assist in the second leg because he crosses the ball in, and Fernando Llorente, who was causing us so many problems in that first leg, gets his goal, and it's 1-0 courtesy of the Spanish striker. Although I have to say, Ter Stegen, I really like him as a goalkeeper, but he really should be saving that as his near post there. He didn't, and because of that, Juventus were now 1-0 up, and we would have to score 2 goals here if we were to cause a massive, massive shock. Or no, 1 goal just to level it, but there you go. Still 1-0. But in the 52nd minute here, Asamoah goes down the left-hand side. A really good chance for Juventus. He crosses the ball in. Fernando Llorente goes for the header, but this time Ter Stegen does cover himself in glory. Very good save there, and it's still 1-0. And from that, we try and go on the break, but it comes to nothing. But a few minutes after that, Martin Cáceres gives the ball away here. Diarra loses out towards Gylfi Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson finds Herman down the right-hand side. The ball eventually comes forward towards Kevin Volland. Lovely little back heel into the path of Sigurdsson, but unfortunately, Courtois makes a very good save, and it is still 1-0. We just couldn't seem to find the goal we needed. And in 59th minute, Sigurdsson crosses the ball in. It's headed away by Bonucci. Schmelter chests it, I think, and unfortunately it's cleared away, and we just couldn't seem to break down Juventus. It was so frustrating. Every single time I came forward, I was trying to look for the opening. Every time I did get an inch of space, they shut me down and made the tackle, and eventually as they come up the pitch on the counter, Carlos Tevez loses it, but it falls to Paul Pogba. Pogba finds Asamoah. Asamoah plays it back in field towards the former City and United striker Tevez, then back to Asamoah. Asamoah plays it back towards Vidal. Vidal keeps holding the ball, and I couldn't get the ball off Juventus. Marchisio then gets onto it. I kept trying to make the challenge. I was pulling the bodies out, but I just couldn't get the ball away from them. And as Marchisio keeps on going, he plays it through towards Berardi. I thought he was going to shoot. He didn't. He cut it back to Fernando Llorente, and he makes it 2-0. So unfortunately for us, that would basically be it for us. 2-0 down here away from home. That would mean we need to score 3 goals if we were going to get ourselves through to the next round. Of course, we couldn't do that. We couldn't even score 1. We do go out of the Champions League here in the round of 16, but to be honest, I'm pleased. I never thought we'd get out of our group stages. I didn't even think we'd be in this tie in the second leg, but still, we got to the round of 16. That's very good for our debut season in the Champions League, and it's a good learning curve for us, and hopefully next year we'll do even better than this. And it's a very good first season in the Champions League, and I'm pretty satisfied with what we've done. Hopefully the board will be as well. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, so that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.